Hey everyone, thank you so much for taking time to either join us live and chat about all the expos, or if you're watching the recording just to get a sneak peek and a glimpse of the expos that you cannot miss. We have a great chat and discussion planned for you over the next 15 to 20 minutes. We're going to get as much information in as we can, and I am so happy to turn this call over to your hosts, Danielle Delp and Debbie Hafley. Thanks for joining us.
We kind of have it together, y'all, so bear with us. Debbie, going ahead with the haves and have-nots?
The have and the have-nots.
Yeah, like we planned earlier.
So, okay, I remember this. Sorry, I work today and Danielle is single parenting it. And so we were kind of trying to tag team each other in between craziness at the hospital and craziness chasing a toddler. So, you know, you get us. We're pretty transparent. My name is Debbie Hafley. I am a director under Shelley. I joined in 2012. I was a kidnapper, so you just never know. Don't ever discount those kidnappers. Anyway, so what Danielle and I were talking about doing is that we want to see, we're going to ask you and we're going to be honest with you guys, who has watched some expos?
Keep your hands up because I'm writing these down. We're doing a drawing and you'll understand. So keep your hands up for just a second. I feel sorry for all you just getting on thinking, what are all these people who have their hands in the air for?
You've watched
Expo. If you have watched expos.
You could take a picture with your cell phone if you don't want to write.
Oh, it will draw later, so I'll need it. Okay, Angela, you're off. Robin, you're off. And Valerie. So if you guys have watched, just comment or something. All right, got all the haves.
Okay, so who?
Robin and Meg are raising their hands in the chat.
Oh, okay, thanks.
Okay, so who has not had a chance to sit down and watch an expo yet because life is crazy?
These are the have-nots.
Have not. Okay, so if you notice, our SSD Shelley had her hand up and she put it down quickly. Not supposed to put it down yet, Shelley.
Yeah, I gotta write these down.
Danielle, myself, we have not, so it's okay. You know what? The brilliant part of this is that they're there for 30 days. So I am going to be 100% honest. I just don't think that it's going to be in my time frame to watch it until probably, honestly, next Wednesday, because
you can put your hands down. Sorry.
You know, I work today and tomorrow. I get home at 8:15 at night. I leave the house at 5:45 a.m. We have SFR general session starting on Thursday, the whole thing on Friday. I have one day to breathe on Saturday. Sunday, we're meeting with some of our team members locally, and then I work Monday and Tuesday. It's okay. You don't have to have watched it to participate. It's not going anywhere. You can watch them many times. So
that's what we wanted to do by this experiment, kind of show off that, you know, even yes, us that are promoted, we know that's the beauty of this business. You get to work it when you want to, and that's why this $11 or $43, depending on what you spent, was such a great deal, because we want you guys to see you don't have to watch everything in the first 24 hours. You get 30 days to watch all of this. So we, believe it or not, have only 2 more haves than have-nots. So this is really awesome, but we're going to have all the haves because, you know, I wrote your name down and everything. You guys are going to share. We just want you to talk about your favorite expo breakout that you've seen. I call them a breakout. Your favorite video that you've seen so far, and maybe one takeaway. Just a short, like rapid fire. I have your names down, so if you get shy, I'm calling you out. If you don't want to talk, turn your video off. That's usually my go-to. So otherwise, if your video's on, you're fair game. So out of all the haves, we want to know your top expo and your top takeaway. Crickets. Okay, Stephanie first.
I was like, don't make eye contact. Don't make eye contact.
That's kind of automatic. I look for whose eyes go down.
She's gonna call me. So I tried to approach the expo from looking at it as a standpoint of what area is going to help me right now in my business closing out July. And so I watched all of the follow-up systems videos yesterday. And I think like we take the easy route, which is awesome that Sensi provides Amy for us, the app, but we kind of take the easy route, like, well, if I have Amy, then I'm following up. And so I wanted to get some different perspectives of, different systems that other consultants are using. And my biggest what I'm definitely going to implement is, oh my gosh, I can't remember the presenter. I'll look it up and I'll comment on the workstation, but was talking about how she uses an app called Trello and makes something called a Trello board to help with her follow-up. So it's still utilizing the Amy app, but with the Trello board, you can organize your customers. I wish I could show it, but I'll go ahead and comment on the page like which presenter it is, but it's in the systems for follow-up presenters. I believe it's the last one. And with the Trello board, it's definitely something that can help organize because with follow-ups, what I learned is you want to follow up 2 days after the customer receives the order, 2 weeks after the customer receives the order, and 2 months after the customer receives the order. So 2 by 2 by 2. So using this Trello board is something I want to implement in the fall. So, Melanie P. No. Okay. So that's definitely something that I'm going to utilize in my business. I already have my Trello board set up and I'm starting to add my customers. And so I'm excited to try that.
Wow. It's awesome.
Then you can teach all of us how to use the Trello board.
Right.
I'll do my best.
All right,
Writing it down now.
let's go with Amy.
Hi, my name's Amy. I haven't been on as much as I wanted to either. Been working a lot, but I did do the 8 ways to save time on your workstation. I did look at that video, and I did find some nice different things that I hadn't looked at on my workstation. I'm relatively new, and just haven't had the time to go through my workstation like probably everybody else here. But yeah, and the great thing about it is that I found a couple things on my workstation that I hadn't even clicked on yet, didn't even know that it was there. So I think that was a great takeaway, is just learning new things that were right there at my fingertips that I didn't even know I had. So
That's
thank
awesome.
you.
That's so awesome. I need to go watch that one too. All right, another volunteer, or is this hot seat? Marie, go ahead.
I'm going to go back to the one I talked about at 4 because it was so moving for me. But I watched To Change Your Perspective by Jess Markowitz. I love her enthusiasm. She starts out by singing, dancing. She gets you out of your chair. She's like, get up. I see you still sitting there. Get up. I mean, she goes on. Her whole demeanor is amazing. Like, her power is it just gives me the chills because she was so good and talked about so many things that I took a whole page of notes just from her. But she just goes in to talk about self-doubt. And the only reason we have self-doubt is because of the lack of knowledge. We just don't have the knowledge of something and we just doubt ourselves. And that's something I do a lot. I self-doubt myself a lot. I don't think I can do things. And I have the greatest sponsor, Steph, telling me, you can do this, girl, you got it. And I'm doing it. I'm going out of my comfort zone and I am doing it. But just, you've got to decide. That's where she says, you have to decide to do better. So I'm doing it. I'm going to rock it. And I'm ready for fall.
Do it. Nice.
And hey, Marie, I want to just throw it out there that I don't care who you are. Every single person has that self-doubt, and every single person, even getting on the Zoom tonight, I mean, I sometimes have to go practice smiling in front of a mirror before, just because if I do that, then it becomes natural. But you just kind of have to take a deep breath and go, okay, the people that matter won't care, and the people who care don't matter. So that's just everybody has to tell themselves that. So sorry, side note on that one.
No, that's good.
Next, who else watched something?
James, you unmuted. You're next.
Who?
James, you.
What do you have on your head?
Listen, I got some sense. You want to buy it? I got a mini fan diffuser. I got some pot. What do you need? You need something to smell amazing, right? What you want to buy? Listen,
all
I
of
made
it.
a decision after watching Jennifer Martin. It's a new day. That's why I got my bling, my Scentsy bling. I always thought Zoom sucked. Didn't want nothing to do with Zooms. Waste of time. Hear the same old shit. Blah blah blah. No, my ears were hearing the same old shit, and I had a whole lot more to be listening to and learning. So I'm going to dress up and be unique, like Jennifer says. Be unique. Get in there and just do it. No excuses. Change your perspective. Change the way you hear things, the way you see things. Be willing to learn from others and just do it different. So I got some, y'all need some wax? I got wax for sale. Smells pretty good too. But Jennifer Martin, if you have not heard Jennifer Martin, she's very powerful about your perspective. And, you know, I've always worked in corporate America, you know, always in control, all those things. And so my perspective is I'm going to do it my way, right? Because that's what I do every day, day in and day out. But this business is so different. Like, we need each other as a team to learn from, pull from. You need the Zoom. Even when it gets boring, show the hell up, participate, be present, and you might just hear that one thing that pushes you to the 2000 PRB. So it's interesting in that just watching hers, I mean, my sales this month were going good, but I was much more direct and out there and landed sales. And now we even have team members who are bringing on new team members. So I think when you change your perspective as a leader, I think it starts to kind of wear off. So I really, for me, I want to go back and watch her again. I got notes galore from her, but I think there's more to be had. So I just really enjoyed that immensely.
I think we all just went to church, y'all.
I was going to say, he just took us to church.
Hey, James, you know what? If anybody loves wax as much as you do, you need to have them on your team, and they need to pay for themselves, and you need to tell them what their commission would be.
Good. Yes.
That's one way to flip them over, is tell them, you know what? If you joined, this is how much you'd be making off of yourself.
Remember that, Amy. We got to remember that. That's a good
All right. Who's next? Oh, man, somebody just avoided eye contact. Heather, you're up.
Okay, so
Oh, go ahead.
Meg, you're on deck. I'll put you next. Heather, you go first. Meg, you're second.
Okay. So I went on earlier. I've been on all day long, so I'm excited. I watched 3, the 8 ways. Let me get back. The 8 ways to save time on your workstation, and I watched that one for my team. I wanted to make sure that I had some things that I could easily spew out to them. I did the additional platforms to watch for. I'm on YouTube. I don't really use it, which I'm gonna start. Pinterest I'm on a lot, and then TikTok is actually the number one social media platform in 2020. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna be one to rejoin TikTok. I just can't do it.
but it is fun to watch. You get sucked in for hours. But most importantly, and we've kind of here and there touched on it already tonight, but the one that has changed and gave me some like good aha moments and perspective is actually change your perspective. And I did watch the Jennifer Martin one. And so some things that you really want to think about are the 3 top things that you're good at. So instead of focusing on the negative, like, oh, I'm not good at follow-ups and I'm not good at this and I'm not good at that. Change your perspective. Top 3 things that you're good at. And so I shared this earlier too, like I'm good at sharing the love for Scentsy, I'm good at being positive, and I'm good at living the Scentsy life. So if those 3 things I can have in order, then the rest of it, it's going to follow through. But some big takeaways that are really quotes that I took away, and I posted one earlier in the thing. We were made for better, and you did not wake up to be mediocre. So every day you jump into whatever you're doing for your business, for your life, or any aspect of it, go at it full force. Like there's not a tomorrow coming, and like yesterday never existed. So you just have to stand here and go, if today is my only day to work my business, how am I going to reach my goals on this day? And so that was a really big thing. And then to remember to choose happy. Positive people attract positive people. So no negativity, because you don't want those negative people. You want positive people who are going to work hard and going to be your greatest teammates, your best friends, your go-to people. So definitely happy and positive. So that's me. Okay, Betty, your turn.
So I watched the Changing Perspective with Meredith, and my biggest thing on that was like you have to focus on your core values and what really like it works for you, and then when you look at tasks you're going to do for your business, you can't think of it as you want to use something I should do. It's something I can do. You're going to be helping somebody else or bringing new products or new ideas or whatever to your prospective teammates or customers or whatever. So when you look at it that way, it's kind of like it's not something you have to do, it's something you want to do and you can do. And you need to continue to show up and want to work in your business, and that way you have to do that in order to grow. And that's a really big thing. You always want to be authentic and focus on your strengths and how you can relate that to Scentsy in itself. So that was my biggest thing that I got out of today.
What was the name of that breakout? Sorry, I'm just keeping a list of these.
It was the Meredith. That's what I got when I listened to Meredith.
Meredith. Okay, got it. All right, who's next?
I'll go. So I really enjoyed the one with Heather Gorsuch, the stay-at-home parties, the Facebook parties. I'm brand new, fresh out the box. I just actually did my first Facebook party, and it's really kind of struggling. But I didn't know for sure what to do, and I really wish that I would have watched this like a week ago when I started everything, because basically it's the 30-minute party, right? So the idea of just getting on for 30 minutes and being able to explain your product and not have to have people interacting as much, making the posts less informative, so to speak, and more fun and engaging, was really kind of interesting. And the thing that really struck me the most is she said the most important thing about a virtual party is planning. And that was the thing, is with this party, I had a friend of mine who just spontaneously was like, hey, let's do a Facebook party. I really want a lot of stuff. Let's do a Facebook party. I want it to start tomorrow. And so I just started it. I just jumped right in. I was like, okay, we'll just see where this goes. She was great up until about halfway through. And then she fell off. And I think that's where things kind of went south. But just the ideas that she gave for the packets to send out to them so that they can be a part of the party, and different things like that, I thought was a great idea and something that I really wish I would have known earlier.
I love Heather. She's awesome. She's got so much energy.
Hey, you guys, I'm going to stop the recording and then we'll continue the conversation. And if you're watching the recording, you should definitely jump on live with us. We'll be meeting up all day tomorrow, 10, 4, and 9 again. So thanks for joining us recorded.